Welcome to another episode of the Reluctant Adult Podcast. My name is Paul, and I am joined, as always, by the man who's not in San Diego, Bill.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, that's right. I'm just in a basement in the Northeast.
There you go.
That's all I'll say.
Away. As far away from San Diego as you could be. But honestly, at this point, unless you would enjoy that kind of thing, if you just want to see the stuff, you could probably see it first on the internet. Like the first guy in line is taking photos and throwing those up. You can probably see it better. You don't have to wait in line. This year, because of all the strikes in Hollywood, comics and toys really got to take the center stage, and I think people are enjoying that, especially people from our world. Yeah.
I don't feel as overwhelmed with just a blitz of content.
Right.
From
a million
everything.
Marvel trailer drops. Got to keep track of all that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
So maybe, I don't know. I'm sure somebody's losing money somewhere, but maybe of course Marvel can make their own convention. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but it does. From what I've been hearing, people in the toy and the comic book industry have enjoyed this year maybe more than previous years because they don't have that big shiny object in Hall H to distract from what it should be about. The true meaning of the holiday. Yeah. Yes. So a ton to talk about. We're not going to get to it all, but our coverage will actually continue on another podcast. We're going to be sitting down with the guys from Adventures in Collecting, and that show will air someday. So if you want to hear more thoughts than what we talk about tonight, I'm sure we'll get into more stuff with them. But I don't even know what the big story out of Comic-Con is. There were just a ton of good stuff. I guess we can just start because we're always talking about Kickstarters. So let's start with The Ghost from HasLab. This is not the best kept secret in the world that this was coming up.
This has been on the books for a while. It's been requested for a while. Mm-hmm. All the way back from when Rebels was on the air. Yeah. So if you didn't know what The Ghost was, it is the main Rebel ship in Star Wars Rebels, the first animated Disney show that was put out after they got purchased. Mm-hmm. This is, if not one of the largest ships that's been produced for Hasbro. Yeah. For a HasLab.
A big one.
Yep. The sail barge still comes in number one in length, but this ship is twice the width. Yes. So
that's what counts, right? Yes. So let's set the stage. This is Saturday, about 24 hours after it was announced.
I think it was announced. Yeah. So it was announced a little over 24
Friday
hours
afternoon.
now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the target is 8,000 units to just get it unlocked. That base tier. It's currently at 6,376. So well on its way. 46 days left in this funding period. So it's gonna get funded. Now the question is, will all of the tiers get unlocked? And all of the tiers are figures, correct?
Correct. So there's no additional. So unlike previous ones where they've added a cardboard backdrop or a bag of bones or a Rancor Keeper standee to
Jedi Luke,
Jedi potential Luke.
Well, that's a figure. At least that's a figure.
It's a figure now,
not one we
But
want.
yeah, so we have all we're not rounding out, but we're beginning to do the fill-ins for the Spectre cell of Rebels, the crew. Mm-hmm. So we got Kanan Jarrus. Hera is coming with the.
You get her.
As
long as it gets funded at the base.
As long as it gets funded, you get her.
You get her. Yep.
Then you get Kanan Jarrus. And then you get Ezra Bridger, and you get Zeb as the final unlock.
Yeah, Ezra is 11,000. He's tier 1. Jarrus, is that how you pronounce it?
Kanan Jarrus. Yeah.
Kanan Jarrus. He is 14,000, and then Zeb is 17,000. So that is a pretty lofty, going from 8,000 to 17,000. But at this rate, it seems like it's going to happen. Now, are these figures based on like any, because it's not like they're cartoon figures. They look like realistic figures. Are they based on these characters' appearance in Ahsoka, the upcoming Disney Plus series?
No, they'd be all from Rebels.
So this is what, in theory, they'd look like as humans during the Rebels time period.
Correct. But
Ezra looks old as hell. Somebody was talking about that on Twitter, and he's right. Like, this is not a kid. I don't know how old Ezra's supposed to be, but he looks pretty haggard here. Like, this is old.
I believe he's supposed to be 15 because I
get
think
out of town. This guy...
I think the premise was he was born around the same time the Empire came into existence. So I think he's like 15 years old.
All right. Well, this is not a
he
good
does look a little
of that. Yeah.
He's lived a hard life.
He was
an orphan. He had to live on the streets, kind of like Aladdin.
Well, he looks like Aladdin. He looks like the actor who played Aladdin in the live-action movie, who was not 15. I don't know how old Aladdin's supposed to be, but the actor is not 15.
Okay. So yes, he does look old. But.
He looks old. Are they doing? Did they show off any figures from Ahsoka or with these characters? I feel like I saw, was it Black Series with that? Sabine.
So they already did the Rebels team in the Black Series. But
not based on the new actors, right?
Just not based on the new actors. So we do get
what if these were real people, sculpt,
right?
Which I always hate.
So
but whatever.
So Black Series, I believe, had an Ahsoka. And they also had Sabine shown off. Yeah. And then Vintage Collection, which is the scale that you don't care for, but I love.
Don't care about the 4-inch scale at all.
Right. They showed off a deluxe Sabine who had, 3 extra pieces at a premium price, and another Ahsoka. And
hilarious that that's what qualifies as a deluxe.
Yes.
Ooh, extra piece. Wow.
Yeah, a couple extra pieces, yeah.
Hasbro, so generous with their offerings. At this point, I guess we should mention that this project is $500.
Right, yes.
So twice as much as the Mattel Jurassic Park The Gates. So you could get The Gates for the cost of one The Ghost. But I think most people would rather have one The Ghost.
One The Ghost.
than a bunch of Gates.
So Jabba's Barge was also... I believe Jabba's Barge was the same price.
But that was a million years ago. So that maybe even seemed like more money with inflation.
That's true.
That was like $1,000. Yeah.
The Razor Crest was $249.
Smaller ship.
Somewhere around that. Smaller ship, yeah.
Yeah. But people are obviously excited about this.
They are. It's in line with that big Millennium Falcon in terms of size. So if you can picture that thing. And I feel that thing came out. When that came out, it was about $150, which is just wild to me.
The nice thing about this is it has the cockpit, and it actually has space for the chairs.
Right.
The Millennium Falcon, I don't think you can portray that cockpit accurately in the scale. Like, it doesn't make sense, like in real life. Like, it just doesn't work. So they will never see that because it just wouldn't work.
Yeah, this is nice because it is a true play set where, like, you can sit in, but you can also walk through that rear door into the crew quarters, and
all the panels come out and everything.
Yeah, and then you have, the lounge area and training and area with everything there, and it's just a nice looking ship.
It's very well designed. If you have the money and you care about it, you're ecstatic. This is great. Will you be backing this?
I gave you the thumbs up. You pay attention to me?
Well, I don't have you on screen all the time. I'm looking at the product. I'm trying to look
Oh my god. Yeah, you get to look at your screen. I don't get to look at anything.
You can't touch anything. That's not my fault.
I can't touch anything.
Any day you can upgrade your computer and it'll all be fine. But I'm free to roam around the cabin all I want. Okay, so that's great. While we're talking about Kickstarters or crowdfunders, let's just update people on Jurassic Park: The World. Or The Gates. Jurassic World, The Gates. 4 days remaining, 29%, so it's not happening. Mattel did update the tiers a little bit, so there's only 3 tiers instead of 4. I think they combined the original tier 1 and tier 2. Didn't make a dent. They didn't even announce that. They didn't make a big deal. No promotion.
They heard us. They did hear us, they said.
Somebody heard us. I feel like somebody in IT just like looking over shoulder, like updating.
I'm not pleading.
No one's going to notice.
Pleading. I got my gates this past week. I'm all set.
That's right. You want to talk about that?
Let's talk about it real quick because I left on a cliffhanger last week about getting those gates displays from the Profusion Cosmetics line at Walmart. And if it fits into the screen,
there it is. Look at that.
Maybe it will. There it is, blocking me entirely.
That's nice. Yeah, your mic's going to sound good now. Look at that. That is a display piece. So how did you procure this? What was that?
So I've been eyeballing it. It's not as fun as it sounds, or as interesting as it were.
Okay.
I went in with the intention of just swiping it.
Sure.
And then my conscience got the better of me, thinking I'm going to get stopped and look weird. So as I was deciding what the course of action was, if I was just going to say I'm going to try to buy it and scan something and then put this in, and it's much larger than it actually looks. It is still stealing. Gentleman was walking by the cosmetics who happened to work at Walmart, and I said, "Hey, can I have this?" And he goes, I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So, not to be deterred by any of that,
sure.
I went to customer service.
Okay.
And I found a nice woman with
there you go.
The badge that said lead on it. And I was like,
oh, there you go. Oh, wow.
That's a decision maker right there.
Woman in power. There you go.
Yeah. I was like, forget about all these people at the registers. They're not going to help me. I'm going to find the lead. So I walk up to her. Same thing. I said, hey, you see that Jurassic Park display over there? And I'm with my kid, too. So my kid's watching me.
Hey, you see that thing over there?
Right.
Hey.
You see that thing that you put out that you might consider trash at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, future. Yeah. I'm doing you a favor here. One less thing to toss in the dumpster.
Exactly. Yeah. I go, you see that over there? And she goes, oh, yeah. I go, any chance I can get the top of that thing? She goes, let me go look at it. And she looks at it. She lifts it up. She's like, yeah, take it. And then I'm like, I go, really? She says, yeah, we don't need it. Just take it. And I go, here's the thing, though. I go, what about the guy at the door? He's gonna check me.
Oh.
And she goes, oh, I'll walk you to the door.
Wow.
And so she walks me out, and the guy's not even there. And she's like, where's so and so? He's supposed to be here checking receipts. So now I think I got that guy in trouble.
You got him fired.
He probably
that's what he gets
cost that
for
Walmart
harassing you last time.
Exactly. He probably cost Walmart like $10,000 in lost sales from people walking out without him checking receipts.
Hilarious. Well, you know what you did? You made a connection. Because now, anytime you need some sort of promotional item, you know who to go to. Go to that lead. Yeah.
Go to that lead.
That's great. That's great to have a friend on the inside. Yeah.
It was nice. And it's nice, it's a nice, it's made of foam board.
Yeah, I saw that from the side. It's not just like cardboard.
It's not cardboard,
that backer behind it. It's very nice.
These are nice little pieces here.
Nice. When did that go up? It's only been up for like a week, right?
I think when I went on vacation, which would have been 3 weeks ago, I started seeing it online, and I think I got back, and when we went to Walmart for shopping, I did see it there, and I was like, oh, so it's been up for about 2 weeks.
Okay. And she's like, we don't need that anymore. That's the lifespan of that promotion. Yeah.
Right. So anyone listening, anybody interested, I would recommend going to your Walmart, finding a nice person, and if you really want this, go get it, because I saw someone selling the full display without any of the makeup for like $4,000 on eBay the other day.
$4,000?
No, he's not getting that, but yeah, $4,000.
Wow. That's plus shipping. That's got to be expensive.
Sure.
So what are you gonna do with that? You gonna put that up somewhere, display that nice and proudly?
It's very sturdy. The best part about it is it folds flat. Like everything's flat,
perfect.
So I can store it. I don't have to keep it up. Everything comes out nicely, and it just stores flat. So I'm probably not gonna do anything with it yet.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
very good, Bill. Technically stealing from Walmart, but that's okay. You were given permission by a lead.
I was given permission by a person of authority.
Sam Walton's going to track you down.
Oh, jeez.
Back to Santiago. I think my favorite thing to come out of this so far, because it's not over, but these X-Men 97 figures, man, like since that cartoon aired, since I've collected X-Men, I wanted a nice set of yellow, gold, and blue based on that cartoon, and we're finally getting it at a time when figures have, I think, probably reached the height of design, because we're gonna get pinless elbows and knees. We got those nice butterfly joints, head sculpts looking very, very much like the animation, except Rogue. Or maybe they've changed. I don't know. There's something about Rogue. Every picture I see of her looks a little different. I'm not really sure what the figure looks like, and I'm not really sure what the new animation of Rogue looks like. Yeah. But it doesn't look like how I remember Rogue. Am I misremembering it, or is something going on there with Rogue?
I'll have to look and see what the animation looks like. Worst comes to worst, just buy that fake cassette boxed one and pop the head on it. And you won't have a Mohawk Rogue.
Cassette?
Yeah,
Mohawk Rogue. What are you talking about?
The cell shaded legends that come in the VHS style boxes.
They did Rogue? Or are you talking about
not
Storm?
Rogue. Storm. I'm sorry.
I don't care about Storm. Storm looks fine. I'm talking about Rogue.
Oh, that Rogue. That figure looks weird.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying. It looks weird. She
looks like a burn victim.
There's something going on with the figure. They're doing they're doing like the real paints, prints, whatever. Yes. And it's weird because they're animated figures. So it's like you're trying to give an animated figure realistic features, which
what is it? Star Wars Rebels?
Jeez. It's just it's bizarre. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. Can't you print on and still have it look like a cartoon? Is that not a feature of that? That seems backwards, but whatever. That Wolverine figure, I know it's like almost identical to the VHS Wolverine that we just got like within a year, but it just looks so good. And thank the toy gods above that the plastic free packaging is over, because the packaging is just beautiful and you can see the figure. I'm definitely buying a set of this to keep Mint on card.
There you go.
Probably buy a second set to open up, but I love it. I'm going to keep these forever. And you know that if this set does well, and probably even if it doesn't, because they got to make these decisions early, we're going to get a Cyclops. We're going to get a Beast. Oh my God, this is going to be a dream line.
Got to get rid of all those old Marvel legends.
Everything else. Well, now I'm not so upset that GameStop never fulfilled my Beast order. Yeah. Because I always thought the weak point of the Beast figure was the face. I wanted it to look like the cartoon. And now we're going to get it. Now we're going to get it.
There you go. It is
super
exciting
about that. Yeah.
That Sentinel came last week.
Oh, yeah. I got to get...
Whip him out.
So this was a little bit of a drama. So Amazon had a listing for this guy. This is like an upgraded shampoo bottle figure, like that we always talk about, like those value figures that they make for kids.
Yeah, the Titan series.
Titan series, yeah. So this was on Amazon. There were two listings. There's one for Wolverine, which is the other figure in this, and there's one for Sentinel. They had the listings flip-flopped, and you could tell by the price, but the picture was flip-flopped. So obviously people ordered the Sentinel picture. They wanted the Sentinel.
Yeah.
They fixed it, and I wasn't able to cancel one of them because I ordered the correct one, but it ended up being the Sentinel, so that's fine. So now I'm gonna get a couple more Sentinels coming, and I probably just keep them because it's such a nice figure. Look at it;
he's fun for $22.
Yeah, can't beat that.
It's a dream come true for us '90s X-Men fans.
Even if you were just looking at the head, they never like match the animation perfectly. So this is great. Obviously I would love to have like elbow and knee articulation. But like for posing, doing some nice action figure photography, it's just wonderful.
I only wish that it had a splayed out hand.
Yes. So I think that's the tentacle coming out of it.
The tentacle or a blast effect. I think they had blast effects or something.
I wonder if they'll do an updated, like on Hasbro Pulse or something, like for collectors with stuff like that. Because it seems like easy enough to update it. And here's Wolverine.
Sure.
He's pretty nice. He has really nice claws. I thought these were really nice for what the figure is. Yeah. Again, they cheaped out a little bit because they didn't paint the trim, and then if you turn him over, where's the rest of his tiger stripes? They stop right at the front. That's an old Jax trick on the wrestling figures. They would never paint the backs because you wouldn't see them until you opened it, and then it was too late. So that's a little cheap, but a nice sculpt.
The factory that does the fronts isn't talking to the factory that does the backs.
It's like the left and the right Twix. They don't get along right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this X-Men line is a dream come true. The show, I don't know if it should have debuted already, but it should have been coming. And what I'm hearing is studios are waiting to see how this strike plays out. And if it seems like it's going to go on for a long time, this is one of the shows that they have in the can and they'll use as new content. So it seems like the spotlight will be shown upon this series one way or the other, which is great.
Right.
It looks like it's going to be great. I'm super excited for all of this. And then, I don't know, is the old series on Disney Plus right now, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's been there.
So you got to jump back on there and catch up and see where we left off.
Sure.
Speaking of old cartoons airing on current networks, Nickelodeon is going to start playing the original Ninja Turtles cartoon.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? You think this generation of kids will be into it?
That's a good question. I mean, it's definitely exciting. What is it, 10 seasons?
Oh my God, that's a lot. That's a lot of episodes.
It is. Well, it is to a degree, but like the first season's only like 6 episodes. It counts like the movie.
Okay, but back then, seasons were much longer than they are today.
Oh yeah, like seasons were like 48.
Yeah,
50.
so like 2 seasons equals probably like 10 years of episodes in present day.
No, I get it. I don't know. I mean, the humor translate? Will it be like a bunch of dads being like, "Hey, son, check this out. This is Turtles. Mm-hmm. This is what Dad used to like."
Is there anything from it that you think didn't translate, or that they'd have to like cut when they're shots of the Twin Towers or anything? Like something people. It was cool back in the day, but like would not fly at all.
They'll probably zip up April's trench coat a little bit.
Get out of here.
I don't know. Right, no, that's a joke. I don't know.
No, let those puppies fly. Well, there's that part where the turtles are referred to as punks, where they've got their human clothes on.
Sure.
And I don't know if that plays a certain way, but maybe it's okay because NECA unveiled that they are doing a 4-pack of the turtles wearing those costumes.
The leather jackets and the sunglasses?
Yeah, sort of like what the loyal subjects have put out, but better because it's NECA and not the loyal subjects. I don't think I'm going to get this. This seems like...
Me neither.
It's cute that it exists, and obviously there will be an audience for it, but I don't need this. I don't need this in my collection. There's not enough for me. I'm not going to display them like that.
I know. It's something they're in it for like maybe half an episode.
I mean, it is iconic in a way because...
To a degree, but the trench coat turtles are more iconic at that point.
Much better.
Yeah.
Did you see that they found a way to re-release the turtles from the trench coat?
Yes.
What did they call it? Undercover? Is that like the official name for that set?
Turtles in Disguise?
Turtles in Disguise, yeah. They're going to release each turtle individually as an ultimate turtle, and they're going to pack in a bunch of new accessories, which I think is a great way to go about this.
Yeah, it is a good way. I mean, thinking maybe, hey, I don't really need an ultimate Donatello, but I would like an ultimate Raphael. You can kind of pick and choose.
Maybe you see like an accessory. They're like, oh, there's like the pizza dough falling over his face head. That looks very funny. There's Donatello has the spinning bow effect, like Michelangelo has the spinning nunchucks.
Right.
So you get to decide if you want them. Maybe you don't. Maybe your favorite turtle's
Choose your
Raphael.
adventure at this point.
Choose your own. Yeah. So I don't know how they're going to release those, if it'll be through Target or NECA.com, NECA store. But I think that is a good fair way to do it, rather than making people buy like another 4-pack or however you want to do it. Release them individually. There you go.
Release them individually. They're diving deep into Secret of the Ooze.
Yes.
Did you see some of those? Like really deep, like
honestly, I'm surprised that they're going, because the line is never going to be complete, because they're never going to have that like Shredder's apprentice. What's his name?
Tatsu,
yes. I was like Yoshi Tatsu from wrestling, but no, Tatsu, yes. Okay. Like that guy is off the grid. They can't get his likeness right. So it's like this line will never feel completely complete. But now we have the scientist guy. I don't know if he'll have his Bart Simpson cup to drink from that he's like stirring up. Yeah,
that'd be nice.
Can we work out that deal somehow?
Yeah, not to get it off of Temu or something.
Temu, yeah. Maybe we can do the black Bart Simpson that was all the rage
there we
back
go.
Then. That figure looks fun.
The scientist.
Yeah, I just think that's a fun.
I think they also have him in the orange.
Right, the construction looking thing
suit or whatever it was. The cleanup crew.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Kino
boxing
doing the foot tryouts or whatever he was doing.
So I still wonder if this is it. This is the only way to get Kino other than the exclusive. Like they're not going to re-release that exclusive.
There is someone who posted and asked if it was, and the gentleman at the NECA booth at the time did say that yes, it's the only way to get that Kino is through San Diego. However, stuff changes all the time.
You're asking people at booths. Who was that guy?
Right.
You could ask Randy, and he could say one thing, and then something else happens. Like,
sure,
things change, but we're in San Diego. They did a flash sale of all that stuff recently, so
they did a couple days.
Chances to get it if you really need it. $100 for that.
Yeah, I don't know. Still no. Save all my money for Shredder's Throne.
Is that real? Is that really happening with the surfboards?
I think it is. They had it labeled.
It was referencing a playing card or like a collector's card that showed it, and it had the surf. I don't remember that.
So there is no. It is not in the final cut of the theatrical release, nor is it in any director's cut. But there is
a collector's card of it. Yeah,
a collector's card, and then there's like on-set photos somewhere that either exist or don't exist. But yeah, an odd throne. It does seem like NECA likes to put out their thrones, like things for people to sit on.
It doesn't seem dignified enough for Shredder. Like
it really doesn't.
Spray paint that black or something. It's
bizarre. So we don't see that it's surfboards. I mean, maybe they were like maybe because ratings and standards was all over this movie already, and they were like, tone it down. It can't be knives. It's got to be something fun. What are kids into? Surfing. Yeah, cowabunga, turtles.
Surf's up, dude.
There we go.
It's probably good.
That's probably what it was.
The final cut was like, nope.
They're too jagged. Someone's gonna poke their eye out.
Oh my god. What happened to the rest of them? Did a shark get them? You see where I'm going with this?
Right.
Yeah. So I won't be picking that up if that happens. But I mean, good on man. Could you ever have imagined when it was first announced that they were doing? First of all, when the whole thing started, they were only doing the 18-inch movie Turtles. They're like, we can't do 6-inch. We just can't. And then they did it. San Diego Comic-Con years ago, they did the 4-pack, and they're like, that's all we can do. Sorry, that's all we can do.
It was a series of can'ts.
They're friggin' putting out surfboard throne from the playing card, the collector's card. Like, who could have predicted this? It's crazy.
Chunky foot soldier, just because. Yeah.
Are they doing the chunky foot soldier?
They are.
There's like dirty, like 2-pack of like dirty foot soldiers.
Oh really?
Huh. I don't know. There was so much. I need to see some listings before I believe any of it's happening.
Sure.
Did we ever get that Shredder with the giant dandelion? I guess we did. He was like the purple.
Did.
Okay.
Yes,
at least
we did.
That came out. Yeah.
You got good news from NECA with more Puppet Master.
Oh my God, Puppet Master! This film. I love this. I don't want to say franchise because there's some stinkers in there, but the concept of it and a couple of the movies are very good. And it's funny because those movies, it was Full Moon came out on VHS, and at the end of the VHS tapes, they would always be like, "Buy our maquette. It's only $7,000." And like, there was never like, well, they did do some action figures at one point. But this was before like you could really get stuff online, so it was like through the back of Tomart's magazine, and like it was not readily available. Yeah. So there hasn't been like a very accessible Puppet Master line that was like great. So NECA did 2 box sets that each came with 2 figures, and they did a unique scale. They made them like in scale with 66-inch figures, but because they're puppets, they're small. And I thought that was fine. I thought that was a unique way to do it. So they showed off Jester and 6-Shooter, which were 2 giant holes in the collection. We still need Leech Woman, and I think that rounds out the original collection because Pinhead, or not Pinhead, Drill Head, forget what his name is, Driller maybe. He wasn't even in like the original crew. He came in a little bit later. So he somehow cut the line. He go back to the line. But yeah, so I'm super excited for those. I still see those sometimes at Target. I feel like they ship new ones. It's not like it's old stock. It's like they pop up in the new like the box the guy brings out just has like random NECA figures in it sometimes.
They probably go to like a warehouse and there's somebody up on top of a scaffold just like throwing them out, and like
it's like whatever you can catch
is to like catch in the box. Yeah, it's like It's like a big game.
It's like when they, like in Seattle, where they throw the fish and you catch it in the newspaper. It's like, whatever you get, here you go. Yes. Carp today. I want to go back to Turtles for a second because they unveiled 2 more Monster Turtles. This Universal Monsters collaboration with Turtles. And we've been waiting for the Shredder as Dracula. It was never officially announced, but we've been waiting for it because we all just assumed that's where they were going. But they threw us a curveball.
That it would only be 8, too, as well.
Right.
Like, eight figures.
They threw us a curveball because they're double dipping on characters. We're getting another Raphael and another Leonardo. This time, Raph as Wolfman, Leo as the creature from the Black Lagoon.
The Gillman, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about this, but I will say there's something extra creepy about these 2 figures, especially the Leonardo. I think it's his, like, human-colored lips. It just looks very strange.
He's definitely more Gillman than he is Turtle. But there's this weird thing that they're just not meshing right.
Yeah.
But at the same time they are. It's just like I want to like it, but there's some odd things that like my inner self feel are being violated.
Yeah, it's very strange. It is. The way you just explained it, there's a conflict within me where it's like I think I like this, but at the same time I don't feel like it's successfully doing the like mashup.
Right.
And the guy that sculpted these, I don't think he sculpted the original ones because he was just posting on his Facebook like the 3D renders of these.
I did see
so
those.
It might be so I don't know if he did the original ones. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him.
So he had posted those 3D renders, and I was like, I need to see what the back of the shell looks like.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, how did they do that? Because it looks weird.
For the Gillman?
For the Gillman, yeah.
It comes off. Did you see that?
Does it really? No.
There was a picture of it without the shell. So I don't know if the shell is like represented as, because he's got like that mesh tank top or something.
Okay.
And it's got like a hook, like a fishing hook. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these. There's a lot going on with these. But I'm also pissed that we didn't get the Shredder because we all got so boned up for this Shredder as Dracula. Like, what could that look like? And we may never know that. Maybe it's not on the not on the docket after all. Yeah, starting over again.
We need a Dracula. We do need a Dracula.
I think the fact that this isn't like a self-contained set is sort of messing with my head too. It's like this could go on indefinitely. And I was like, no, I thought we'd have the set of the 4 turtles. And then, April and Splinter are fine. And then we had Casey. And we're like, okay, one of each guy. Great, line them up. And then we're going to have like 2 Raphaels up there as different characters. Like my head can't make sense of that. Like how did that happen?
Right.
Randy,
going back to the old Playmates days. But yeah, back to that Raphael too. Yeah. It's just this is the first turtle that's not like a green. So we got Michelangelo who's wrapped as a mummy, but then you got this one who's just like, I mean, obviously he's supposed to be the Wolfman, but he's a hairy turtle as well. Brown. So you're like, what's this? Yeah, there's just a lot. It almost seems like it should be a new set. Like it doesn't seem like they should have finished this set or like announced that was it, and we're like round 2 or something. Like call this set series 2, so that if they are going in a new direction with the sculpts or the design, that's okay. But if these are all supposed to live in the same world, it doesn't quite mesh with the other characters. So waiting for clarification on that. More to come, always with NECA. Was there anything else turtle related? They had like lots of Mirage stuff, which I just don't care enough about. Or like a lot of the Mirage stuff looks very, very creepy. I'm not a fan of that Mondo Gecko design. He terrifies me too. They did the Archie comics, a couple more of those.
They showed off the turtles. So I was actually excited in theory for Archie Turtles. I don't know that I love them in execution, and these aren't done yet. Like they didn't have the articulation cut into them.
Right,
the heads just aren't. It's just not. I mean, like maybe it's perfectly accurate to the artwork, but for whatever reason, it's not working for me. Like that's not the design I was thinking of in my head. And I think these are like the wrestling ones, which that's a pretty good like set to do. But it's just not hitting it for me. But NECA seems to know what they're doing with turtles, so I'm not going to question them. It's just not everything needs to be for me.
No, of course not.
It's
it's
hard
nice
to come
that
with grips with sometimes.
It's nice that there's so much stuff now that you can say, I don't need that.
That's true. That is nice. I feel bad for any completists out there. Oh, here's the chunky foot soldier that you were talking. He comes with Kino. That's a good set. Yeah. Now I need that. Does he come with the punching bag? Because if it comes with that, I need that. That's hilarious. But then there's like a wall of tires, and there's no way they're selling that. So
no,
I don't know.
Wall of tires.
I do like the it's got real chains holding up the bag. That's nice.
Yeah.
Find a way to get, because then there's like the bags of chips at his foot, and like those, they'll probably sell those. There's no reason to have those in the shot.
Sure.
Oh, we got to talk about this. The giant Krang in android body.
Yeah.
This is great. I love this a lot. I love that they're doing this. So I was asking, is this supposed to be part of the 18-inch line, where this is just like normal size Krang, but he fits in with the 18-inch turtles? But no, I think this is supposed to represent when he got huge.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. I love the Krang in the middle. Like, I hope he's a little squishy. That would be nice.
That'd be fun.
It looks hilarious. But like, would be very worried about this falling over.
Oh,
would be
sure.
Very concerned about that. Not a great center of gravity there. Very top heavy.
So that's exciting. It's always nice to see the NECA displays, and they like to put in a lot of Easter eggs,
nice
and they
design.
like to
right.
They hide it, and then they kind of pull it out at the end of the day. They tease it in there.
Well, they had the last year they had the was it the cartoon Last Ronin Mikey,
right?
As an Easter egg that doesn't seem like it's actually happening. This year they had the ghost turtles in the window that are from the cover of that Last Ronin. So I don't know if those are happening. There's just another Easter egg throw in there.
I know they had the Rat King kind of hiding in the sewer.
Yep.
And they kind of pulled him out.
From the
not a lot from Playmates. Keeping on turtles. I didn't see anything with Playmates.
Do they present?
The new movie.
Are they there?
I don't know. Maybe they're not
there. They're like too mainstream.
Yeah.
They don't need any extra promotion. Although, well, that's the thing. Maybe they're not allowed to promote the movie.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe there's a thing. Or no, because the studio would be, they just couldn't like have the actors or writers there, but maybe they didn't want to do it like half-ass and not have. So that movie's going to do just fine. Don't worry about that. Speaking of movies, did you see Barbenheimer? What was it called?
Barbenheimer?
Barbenheimer?
I did not see I saw Indiana Jones finally.
How was that?
I really enjoyed it, and the best part about the movie was my poor 6-year-old pleading with me to go home because she was tired. That was great.
You took your kid.
I always take my kid.
Indiana Jones.
She says, "Daddy, I want to see it." I say, "Let's go, adventure friend.
That's what you gotta do.
Let's get this done."
My kid said he wanted to go ice skating today, so I went. I went ice skating.
Nice.
I'm gonna feel it tomorrow.
Those ankles.
My ankles are not gonna work.
Oh, I haven't ice skated in such a long time. I have fears of it just splitting my leg in two.
Yeah, I feel like there were less people falling than at the roller skate rink.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is about the people just fall. People fall all the time.
My biggest
roller skates.
See, my biggest fear with ice skating is like a Final Destination fear. When I fall, someone's gonna roll over my fingers and just slice every single finger off with their skate.
Yeah, I don't know that it could happen because the blade's not. It doesn't come to a point. It's very.
My fear. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't have to be rational. No, I understand.
It's irrational.
I'm trying to help you through it. Like that would probably wouldn't happen. This guy tonight was skating backwards, like showing off.
One of those show offs.
He hit my kid twice. He hit him twice, and then the girl with him was like, "Is he okay?" And I was like, "I hope so."
Yeah, right?
I don't know. He just got knocked to the ground by this backwards man.
Oh, no.
Come on, guy. Go. If you're showing off, go to the expert ring. Go where the Olympians train or something.
That's like when we saw this She and Him concert, and there was a couple next to us dancing, and then they knocked their drink onto my wife, and the girlfriend got very upset with the the boyfriend, and he's just like sitting down, like it ruined the whole concert for him.
Oh,
and it was a sad experience for him. My wife was like, "It's okay, you didn't get anything on me." He was inconsolable at the Zooey Deschanel concert.
Oh, was that what it was? I was going to ask.
Yeah, that's her. That was her band.
Good for her. Yeah, so this was a big week for movies. Barbie and Oppenheimer came out. Combined, over $100 million was made. Barbie making the lion's share of that with $70 million. The nice thing about these movies, or like fans' reaction to these movies, is that it didn't seem like a competition. There wasn't like Team Barbie and Team Oppenheimer. Like each side, or I won't even say there were sides. People were just like, these are two good movies that happened to be released on the same weekend. Go see them both. Enjoy them both. Both seem like quality cinema. Right. So that was nice. I saw Barbie. I have intentions of seeing Oppenheimer next week. But I did see Barbie first because my wife was very excited about that. We went to a theater. We went to an AMC to see if they had the Corvette popcorn. Oh, look at that! You got it. Did you park it with your Ecto One?
Not yet. I got it without even seeing the movie. That's the best part.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. What are you even doing? Does the part come out? Did like the console come out so you can put the popcorn in it?
Yes. So there's...
Let me see the car part without
seat. There's the car.
Turn it a little bit. I don't see it. Oh, it's just like a hollow shell.
Popcorn. Yeah.
Okay. So they didn't have any, but they did. Like, the guy wouldn't sell them to me, but they were in the back lined up. One of them didn't have any wheels. Like, did someone come by and steal the wheels?
Why didn't he sell them to you?
Show it again. My wife wants to see it.
Why didn't...
There it is. Yeah. You can go on the AMC website and order it.
It's sold out!
Oh, did it? It was up last night. They'll get more.
Was
They'll
it?
do like a pre-order. Because it was like, you can like bundle it with the one from Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, just get the Fast and the Furious one.
Well, they were selling it in a combo with the Barbie.
I had to buy the combo. I had to buy the Barbie.
You bought the Barbie doll. What are you giving it to your daughter?
Yeah, my kid can have the Margot Robbie Barbie doll. But I go, is there any way I can not buy this? Because I knew you could buy just the car. They made me buy the combo.
That was like $70, right?
It was a little less than 70, thankfully.
Did you get the popcorn?
I got the popcorn too.
Did you even see a movie? Oh,
I walked in. No, I saw Indiana Jones in another.
You just left
completely different
and
theater.
You had popcorn?
Yeah. I walked in. What? You don't do that. I walked in. The girl with the scanning the tickets was like, "Hi, where's your ticket?" And I'm like, "I'm just going to concessions."
And she let you? That seems
like
a trick.
she's like, okay.
That's a good trick.
I was like, one Barbie popcorn bucket, please.
Oh
and
God.
They go, all right. Wow. And I go, is there any way without that Barbie? And they're like, no, we've got to sell them both. And I'm like, does it come in a box? And they're like, no, we wish they came in a box.
Oh, the car doesn't come in a box? It's just loose?
No, my guess is that it does come in a box, and they just tossed all the boxes.
The doll's in a box, though, right?
The doll's in a box,
because that's the same one they sell at Target. It's not even like special.
You can find that one at Walmart. There's nothing special about that Barbie. It's not even...
That's so funny. They roped you into buying the doll.
Yeah. There I am walking out with my large popcorn, my pink Corvette, and my Barbie doll out of the movies. Yeah.
Then people are like, oh, did you enjoy the movie? Like, what movie?
I was like, yes.
Oppenheimer
was great.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Did they have the Oppenheimer bomb popcorn bucket?
No, I asked.
So that was confirmed. What is that, Barbie?
Oh, man. So I had to get these because my mom picked them up. Have you seen these at the Dollar Tree? The kayaks?
Oh, the kayak. I think I have seen.
It's not new. A lot of people have been doing stuff with it, but full kayak, you get a life preserver.
What kind of stuff?
The kayak opens up so you can put the doll in.
Sure, that's nice.
And then the other one, because I had to show them off, because for $1.25, and then the figure's another $1.25, $2.50. What kind of fun?
That's a Dollar Tree Barbie.
Yeah, it's a Dollar Tree Barbie.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a little bit better then. Did you see that Dollar Tree has Gundam now?
You showed me that, and then here's a Ski-Doo.
Is that Midge?
Might be Midge. I think this is Olivia. I think this is Olivia.
Olivia? Oh
Whatever my daughter named him with my mom, it might be Olivia.
Oh, okay. That's not the official name.
Let's get Barbie in here.
Did their knees bend? Did Barbie's knees bend? Like they would click. They would click.
Yeah, there she is.
They had like internal. Oh, look at that! That looks great.
Hello, I'm Badge.
Do the wheels move?
The wheels do move. Look at them go.
Oh, that's great. But they're plastic. They're not like rubber.
They are plastic. They're not rubber. No.
That's a nice popcorn bucket.
It's decent.
Is it better than the Ecto one?
No. No, nothing
Ecto one
better than the Ecto
did
one.
Lights, right? You know,
it did lights.
It just had too much
doubles
poop
as a
smeared
toy.
on it.
That's true. This just doubles as a toy for the kids.
Sure. $30 car. You could probably did the Dollar Tree have a Corvette? It's probably a little cheaper,
right?
Or Dollar General or something. Yeah. What's the next movie that's gonna have a popcorn bucket? What else is coming out?
Everything gets a. If you're not a movie unless you get a popcorn bucket.
It's true now. There's not gonna be any movies left. Turtles. What are the turtles getting for a popcorn bucket?
The turtles are getting everything. I don't even know. They were wheeling out the display at Walmart, and they had all the sneakers and everything. Oh, and I was like, these are the kid sneakers that all the collectors are going after.
No, get out of here.
Yeah.
Stop buying Walmart kids sneakers, collectors. That's where I draw the line.
Walmart pizza boxes and mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so funny that this version of the Turtles has really ignited the collecting world.
I think Turtles is at like a zenith right now. That's the
interest level, just from everything, like everything.
I think there's just like a great blend of nostalgia / people aging in and out of the brand.
The crossover fan.
Yes.
Like, the ages are it's just hitting that right. Yeah.
Right, they're all lining up.
That's fine. That's fine with me. I mean, we've been Turtle fans since day one. Like,
sure.
Ride or die with the Turtles during the thick and the thin. We've always been there, so it's good to have that paying off. I'm excited to see the new movie. I think it looks great.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Nice fresh take.
I haven't seen anything.
Actors in there.
I haven't seen anything that's like hurting my ears.
It's gonna. I think it's gonna take a little bit of you getting used to, but I think it'll happen quick. Yeah. The way they did the recording is they were all together. Sometimes they'll record everybody separately, but I think they wanted that camaraderie to come through. And
that's
good. That's going to happen. So very excited to see all of that. Let's do some quick hits here because some hilarious stuff. Lego Chewbacca. What is happening here? What was the attempt? What is this line?
So are they must be going into like statues. So they've done the masks and the busts.
Yeah.
In a style for display, but I can't think of a time where they've done a full like scaled figure, as it were, a statue of the.
So this is like one of the fancy. It like comes in the black box. It also comes with a minifigure, which I think is cute. It has like a plaque, and then the minifigure sits on it.
A minifigure of Chewbacca.
Is this correct that this is $200?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Lego. It looks like garbage.
It looks like garbage. It does look like garbage. I mean, they tried. They tried to replicate that fur pattern. It did not work. Did not work. No. Chewbacca as a character is like the white whale of these toy companies, because I remember when Sideshow was doing Star Wars, people were like, "Are you gonna do a Chewbacca?" And they're like, "We don't have the technology to make it look right.
Yet.
Can't do it. Maybe in another 12 years. We're still waiting."
Kenner at the time tried it in 2 different flavors, both like a very like bendable wired stuffed animal.
That was the furry one,
and then they did a full plastic, like lanky. He looked like one of the Chewbaccas or the Wookiees from that Solo movie.
Because they tried to articulate him, give him all the articulation. He just looked terrible. Yeah, it just is. It's just a tricky. He's just a tricky character. So I don't know if they just leaned into it and let's make it look as weird as possible. Maybe people will be cool with it.
Maybe.
But at $200, I don't think so, brother. That's not happening. It's not working for me, brother.
Leave it to the buddies at Toy Scales to grab it.
You think? Oh, because they love Lego. Yeah.
They love Lego.
Did you listen to their podcast yet?
No.
I listened to the second episode. I should probably say this off the air to them. I'm just going to say it on our show. They did, and it makes sense because they were driving to a location far away. They recorded the podcast in the car. So you could hear like the car sound. And as a listener, I would prefer not to hear the car sound. So if you want to get like individual mics or something, that would be great. But I love that they're doing a podcast. I think it's a very unique dynamic. You have a husband and wife. They're both collectors. I don't think that exists elsewhere, having that sort of podcast out there. So I want to encourage them to keep doing it and help them make the content as good as possible. So that's my one critique. Oh, someone has a compilation of all of the Chewbacca's and Legos. There's the Lego Chewbacca Downtown Disney that's like life size, which looks pretty good. But somebody focused on his butt. He's very shapely, apparently.
Oh, sure.
I'll share this photo with you later. Let me save this to my hard drive at this moment. And then there was like the larger figure Legos that they did, which were kind of like Bionicle. And then that was just, they just like drew squiggly lines on the plating to try to replicate hair. Not great. And then there's just regular minifigure Chewbacca, not great. Oh, they did a soft Lego figure, like the Harry Potter ones I have. They did a soft one of Chewbacca.
Oh, okay.
This is actually I think this one actually is not too bad. I'm gonna retweet this guy from July 19th, and I'll take a look at that later. But like Chewbacca just causing problems with toy designers around the world.
You're a tough nail to crack.
Let's see.
Tough.
Super 7. We can't not talk about Super 7. They have a crowdfunding project going on as well, which I did not realize was a crowdfunding project. Did you?
I didn't realize. I thought it was just a purchase.
I think this is probably the new way that they're going to have to do things, especially for these larger ticket items, where they can't just assume that enough people are going to pre-order it. As we've seen, the Tiger Zord, Madame Woe, Good Brothers, Rescuers, not making it. So this has morphed into a Kickstarter, basically. $650. We're talking about the Cat's Lair for Thundercats. I'm trying to see on their website if it has the thermometer that says how many have sold.
Oh,
I'm not seeing it.
There's
60 days left. A long time.
That's a long time. Looking at the interior of this thing, it's so boring.
It is boring. Yeah,
it is. It's like, let's have the Thundercats meet around the table.
Oh my god.
Let's have them look at the computer screens. There's no spot for the action. It's just like,
no, this is the planning stage before they go out and do the action. They have to plan it. It's like the Justice League. They have their table. You sit around and you say like,
Justice.
What crime are you going to fight today, Elastic Man?
All right. Yeah, Flash, where are you going to go today?
Yeah, and then the back of it is like a hillside,
Rocks.
Like a mountainside. I don't know if it's even 3D or it's just like painted on there. There's like a section that has a bunch of tools. Like a little table and like a hacksaw and something and pliers. Cool. I mean, that's cool. But $650, man. And like, it's too big. It's too big.
It's a lot of real estate.
Nobody's going to be able to display this. It's going to be in a box in the attic waiting for the price to double, but I don't know that that's ever going to happen. It's too big, man.
Oh.
It's too big.
It's too big.
I don't know. I mean, it might still get funded, though. I found the thermometer. Where is it? 1,000 backers. It only needs to get to 3,000, so it's a third of the way there. And they have some tiers.
We talked last week. We said that Thundercats collectors have been waiting for this stuff because, if you're if that's your only thing that you're collecting, then it's a very easy thing to collect. So.
Right. You've had some money stashed away. So it's got some stretch goals. There's an early bird tier. By July 30th, you get this key.
I had to look that key up, and I said, what the heck is this, and why is this even a tier? Is it like a life-size key?
Yeah, is it 1-to-1? Is it for me to open up? Like, this is how I would open up the Cat's Lair if it really existed? I think it reminds
me, there was a Power Rangers figure that came out years ago that had a key. Yeah. And he was like an Olmec head.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had this giant, like, gold-coated star key. And you pushed it into his forehead, which it was like a giant statue, and he would like unfold like real quick, like he would spring out.
Well, they were mixing the role play stuff with the figures.
Yeah.
Because they were doing those keys for a while, which is like the
right.
flip out and be the Ranger body. So
I just remember this key being as heavy as hell. I just remember you could break a window with this key.
Like die cast.
It was die cast.
So that's the early bird tier, which is a good early bird tier because if it doesn't happen, who cares? Honestly, who cares? But it's be cool. Tier 1 is a desk and some test tubes and like an extra lion's paw, whatever it's called.
Yeah,
puts his thing in. Fun. I mean,
just give
cool.
us the desk.
I mean, whatever. You can go to IKEA. Tier 2 is it looks like Lion-O if he was made out of gummy candy. You can like see through him, see all those joints.
Oh, I love that look.
These are good stretch goals because they're definitely not integral to the toy at all. But it's like it would be cool. It'd be cool to have, I guess. Is that it? Just the 2? Okay. So there's your incentive. It's key and gummy Lion-O and a desk.
Gummy Lion-O.
So good stuff. Yeah, like you're saying, this is pretty boring. I mean, it looks cool. We've talked about we're not big fans of Thundercats. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of the original Thundercats. It probably is very accurate to what that looked like.
Oh, sure.
Like if I was gonna say the equivalent would be like if they made the Batcave and it looked like this, but they did. They kind of did. They made the big screen, and I didn't buy that, so I don't know. We're talking about Batman. We got to talk about McFarlane because he announced pretty much everything for Batman.
He went crazy.
So they're doing 6-inch Batman 66. Is that the year with Adam West Batman? And there's Superman in it. What's the Superman? What is that from?
He is from the 66 comics.
Well, that doesn't count.
Never in the show, but in the comic iteration of it, that he showed up.
You're stretching it, Todd. You're stretching it.
He's
doing
finding a way.
6-inch Batman the Animated Series, which
too much fun.
I am like I kind of want to be interested in this, but I don't know. Yeah. I got to see him in person first because if you remember when Todd first started doing DC, he did Batman and Superman animated, but it was the Batman, the sculpt was from the New Adventures, but the paint scheme was from the original Batman the Animated Series.
Right.
And it freaking blew my mind, and I'm still not recovered. I'm still not recovered. Like I still don't trust Todd to make decisions because of that. And also that figure was
Harley as well. They did Harley, and there was no scale to it either. She was gigantic.
Right. It was a rough start. But these look better.
First
and then the Build-A-Figure is freaking Condiment King or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Like, insane. Like that's great. Give us an insane villain that we never had in plastic from Kenner or DC Direct. Great.
Yep.
So I'm tentatively excited about those. What I am full on excited about is Batman and Robin movie figures featuring Chris O'Donnell, Olivia Silverstone. Is that her name? Alicia. Is it really Alicia?
I don't think it's Alicia.
Not Alicia. Alicia Silverstone. And then Cool Party. Mr. Freeze is the Build-A-Figure. I love it. I love it.
Can you imagine not
hook it into my veins?
Build-A-Figure?
Because who wouldn't you buy?
No, like you didn't have the opportunity to buy it, like you missed out on it.
You missed, like, you got 3 figures on the shelf, and then I'd be sad, especially if it was like the head or something. Like, yeah. So I'm excited for those. They got to do Batman forever now. Like I don't know if they have to secure these actors' likenesses or if that was done back in the day. Yeah, but we got to get Jim Carrey. We got to get Two-Face. We got to get who else was in that? Oh, we need Bane. He is from Batman and Robin. I thought he was going to be the Build-A-Figure. Wasn't that the rumor that Bane was the Build-A-Figure?
I don't even know that there was a rumor for these. I was hearing more rumors for that 6-pack over anything else.
Okay, so the 6-pack.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that because that's exciting too. Yeah. So this is supposed to be coming out this year. So we'll see. They look good. I think they were just renders. The renders look good. First start, you got to get that right first. So it's so funny. It's like I definitely have not been excited. I have not been this excited for a George Clooney Batman since like a minute before the movie started, and it was terrible. Like I was excited going into it, and then I saw it, and I was like,
Batman and Robin, I have just the memory, Batman and Robin being the first movie as a kid that I walked away from the theater having nothing positive really to say. Like, truly being kind of annoyed that I sat through it.
Do you remember, who was it that did that one? Schumacher?
Yeah.
So he was coming out and saying, he was saying, like, this was supposed to be an homage to the 66 Batman, like the over the top stuff. And then the next one was going to be an homage to, like, the Dark Knight Returns, or like some really dark version of Batman. Okay. And like, yeah, right. There's no way that was the plan. But yeah, it was a huge disappointment. In retrospect, I think Batman and Robin is more watchable than Batman Forever. Because Batman Forever, you can see that some of the actors were still trying to like make this a good Batman movie and not like crazy. But Batman and Robin just goes full blown bat nipples, skates popping out, different armor, like for the ice, just the bat credit card. Like they just went full on.
Sure. And at that point, I can kind of see it getting campy and harkening back to that 66 Batman, just because he had a gadget for every circumstance, no matter what. So it made sense that they had ice skating shoes.
Holy rusty like metal, Batman. Huh? This metal that was holy and rusty.
Well, that was from Batman Forever.
Was it?
It was.
Damn. Anyway, so the six-pack, we've been hearing the rumblings. We kind of knew what it was going to be about, and it's pretty much exactly what we thought.
Yeah.
The only like sort of like surprise thing is they all have cloth capes, which maybe is good. I don't know. I don't feel like the cloth capes ever work too well. You got to like buy the custom ones on Etsy that people send.
Right. The material's always that. Yeah, the material's always that weird thin, stretchy black material. It's almost like a step above spandex.
Yeah, or it's like too thick. Yeah. So I got it. Did you pre-order that?
I pre-ordered it.
I thought it was going to be an Amazon exclusive like the car, but you can get it on Entertainment Earth and probably Big Bad Toy Store too. So you have a little bit of time before that comes in stock. I think it was September. The Batmobile set with the original Batman is supposed to be August. It is. And we saw that on display, and the car is a much more matte color. It's not shiny like the one we got from The Flash.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then the canopy is the correct color. So that's all good.
Oh, that's nice. That's
good. If you bought that original car like I did, you got to figure out something to do with it because it's going in the trash otherwise. Thank God it didn't cost a lot of money. Don't feel too bad about it. Play with it. Play real rough with it right now. Play with it as rough as these girls apparently play with Barbie. Because that was a whole plot point in Barbie, that they play with Barbie. They play with the Barbie dolls so rough that they become weird Barbie. They like cut their hair and use highlighters on their hair and stuff. Yeah. So make your Batmobile a weird Batmobile, because you're getting a replacement in a couple months.
It's different culture Barbie in terms of like between households. Like I'll go over to my niece's house and all their Barbies are naked. Yeah. And it's like, well, you don't ever dress them. They just are just naked, and they are covered in crayon and whatnot. So yeah,
right. It's so funny that this is part of the movie, that was a universal thing, that girls just really fucked up their Barbies. And like I would not say the same is true about boys and our toys. Like a lot of my Ninja Turtles have bite marks, but did you color? Did you color on your toys?
I never drew on. The only one that I ever tried, it was a corrected like Silver Surfer figure that.
Yeah, we tried to make them better. We weren't like friggin' insert painter's name here. Yeah. We weren't like just trying to create new works of art.
We weren't Picassoing it or anything like that. No.
Who's the one that they reference in Guardians of the Galaxy, where it's like,
Jackson
it looks like
Pollock.
Yeah, it's like we're making Barbies look like Jackson Pollock. Yeah. Not that way. Maybe we shouldn't say that.
No.
But yeah, if you see the Barbie movie, and I recommend seeing it because it was very enjoyable just as a movie
for children.
Yeah, kids can see it. There's one part where she says MFer, but it's funny, and then they bleep it, and they put like a Mattel logo over her mouth, so it's like that's part of the joke because they bleep it. It's very it's funny because people, the people who you would think would be mad. Well, I won't even say that. Like people are, the people who like to be mad about things and say, like, you know, they're calling it anti-man because it's just pointing out, like, the reality of being a woman and, like, what you have to do to, like, be liked, all the, like, the conflicting things that we put on women. So obviously people are like, oh, this movie's anti-man. But, like, you're kind of telling on yourself if you come out with that opinion, because you're like, oh, you don't see that this is the reality of things. You think you live in that fantasy land. But this isn't the show for that.
No.
We'll get into that in our other show. There's so much more to talk about, but there's not any really time. It's crazy. I'm sure next week there will be no new news because this is it.
No,
so
usually,
we'll pick up on
after
more of
San Diego, we'll piggyback a little bit more because I'm sure the Adventures in Collecting guys will want to talk more about reveals than anything else. They'll probably ask us what got into collecting. Do they have, like, questions for us? Or?
I know they do. They have, like, a stock question that they ask, but I think this is more of like because I don't know that we're, like, going to be guests. We're, like, co-hosting, I think, because we're talking about Comic-Con.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens, you know. Ready for anything. Yeah, we're going to talk about that Grimlock that self-transforms, all these things.
That magical $1,500 piece.
My God. We'll get into that next week because we got to talk about it. Before we go, I have to say, one of our followers. So if you've been following the show, I got the rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was fig swapped, and I got some trash. Someone gave me their trash. I bought all of them. That's the story. I went to more stores and I bought all they had. But I was like, what am I gonna do with these? So I've just been giving them away. So if somebody contacted me on TikTok and said, oh, I need this Build-A-Figure parts. So I sent it to him, and he sent me something back. And his name on TikTok is Little Steve Austin. So hit me some stuff, including a signed 9x10 or whatever these are called. Look at that. 8x10. There you go. Look at that. That's nice. But he also sent me back some trash. He sent me all of these random Build-A-Figure parts.
Ooh, Crimson Dynamo.
Not enough to actually
jeez.
Anything. There? But
look at that. They add up to anything? Oh
no,
my God.
You can't even combine them.
What's he doing with all that Build-A-Figure crap?
It's just like you buy like one or two figures from a set, and then it's like
you don't.
You just don't, like, what do you do with it? I have a bunch like that too. So I think we need to set up some sort of like secret Santa between all of the toy people. We just send each other our unwanted toys. I think that'd be fun. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. All right, Bill. I know there's a lot more for this week, but anything you want to talk about this week?
No, I can't think of anything.
All right, very good. All right, everybody. Well, you know what we say. We don't want to grow up, but we already did. Have a great week, everybody.
Bye, everyone.